Hey Shannon, yeah, I'm just curious like what the mindset is of the team obviously as a whole, but especially with the defense having now won 3 consecutive games really last minute obviously shows that this team has fight, but how do you kind of continue to keep that up or make it so that it's not coming down to those last few minutes?
Well, like it's the NFL. Every week's gonna be tough. No team's just gonna give you a win. You gotta go out there and earn it. So it's kind of good to see, especially early in the season, how we're going through so much adversity, but we're still finding ways to win. It may not always be pretty, but a win is a win. So
We'll go, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. How just do you feel the defense is starting to kind of come together? You've had some, ups and downs, but it seems like in terms of, total defense rankings and what have you, you guys are moving up as maybe you get more familiar with the new personnel, the 3-4, all that kind of stuff, although you, of course, played in that defense before. But how do you feel the defense is coming together as the games go by?
I think we've been playing pretty well so far. It's still early. We're only getting ready for game 6. But, we got a lot of new faces out there. We're making new adjustments every week. But just the plays we're making this early in the season is giving us confidence to know that, later in the season and hopefully, going into the playoffs, we'll be ready and we'll be a complete team.
Alec?
Yeah, hey, Chen. I'm curious. I mean, having played with Zadarius in the past and seeing him do what he's done these first 5 weeks and back on the field, just what have you thought of seeing him back and playing with the level of energy that he has?
I'm just glad to see my brother back. Last season I didn't see him play a lot, but he's not doing anything that I haven't seen him do already. So he's an animal out there. Everybody knows it, and I just hope he can stay healthy and just continue to be the guy he is because, it definitely puts fear on offenses for sure.
We'll go Kevin and then Lindsay.
Yeah, Shannon, yesterday after Cameron had that forced that fumble and then he sort of went down instead of continuing to return it, O'Connell was talking about the situational work that you guys have done and how that's obviously something that's really important in these close games. Have you, having been, with the Packers and elsewhere in your college career, have you been in situations where you guys have emphasized those situational plays as much as here? Is it emphasized more? Is it the same? Are people just getting it better here? Or what's your sense of why you guys have sort of played really well in those situations?
It's because it's, we emphasize it every day, turnovers, being smart, situational masters. And, and it comes to play, you just never know when that situation is going to show up in the game. You don't want to be in a situation where you're not prepared for it. But they do a great job of, showing us every week what we need to do, the do's and don't, and how to create turnovers. So when Cam made that play, it wasn't a surprise. It's something we practice every day, and that's plays he makes in practice every day. So
have they brought up scenarios to you that you hadn't heard before in terms of, with time, ways to make manipulate the clock or things to do to prevent, a team coming back or anything along those lines? Or have you pretty much heard all those things before?
Oh, no, I'm still learning. I'm only in year 5. I don't know everything.
Yeah.
So, seems like every week I'm learning something new, how to, tackle a guy a certain way so he stays in bounds so the clock keeps rolling, or situations where, when the offense needs maybe 5 yards to get to a field goal, how to, just different things, different scenarios pop up every week across the NFL. And, our coaches do a good job of showing us that. So, because we don't ever want to be on the losing end of that situation. So,
thanks.
Shannon, and then I know you mentioned that, it's still early, you're just going into week 6, but that being said, like having made it through these first 5 games, not only being 4-1, but having swept the division at home, I guess just what kind of confidence does that instill in you guys as you're kind of in the second quarter of the season here?
well, it's a great feeling. Obviously, number one goal is to defend the North, So beating all these teams at home, we know it's going to be, challenging playing them again, going on the road, but it gives us that confidence to know we got it done one time. So hopefully we do it again. And I still feel like we're improving. We haven't played our best football yet. And I feel like it's going to be scary once special team, offense, and defense all click together. And, I'm not just saying that.
Hey, Shannon,
excuse me, Carla. Hey, Shannon, the phrase situational masters, it's been mentioned a couple times here and there, but I mean, what kind of presentation does that really do to like hook the entire roster? It's been described that every player is kind of on the edge of the seat, finding out what the difference makers are going to be week to week, and just how does that presentation really connect with everyone?
Well, when we have those situation master meetings, everyone's in the room. It's not like he's just talking to, defense or the offense. We're all together and we're all watching the same clips, but just across the league. It may be a situation where it's the last play, Hail Mary, or a situation where a team needs to get down and spike the ball to kick a field goal. So it's so many scenarios that can win and lose you a game. And, like I said, the coach has done a good job of showing us all those and switch it up week to week because you don't want to lose a game, in those last seconds. So.
Hey, Shannon, for those of us who haven't suited up in an NFL game, what's it kind of like, when the game's on the line and the defense is trying to make a final stand like you guys have? Is it nerve-wracking, and how much does it help you kind of getting used to it that you guys done it 3 straight games?
Well, you simulate those situations in practice and all throughout training camp. So when the situation arises in the game, the best players can slow their heartbeat down, they control their thinking, and just play naturally. They're not tense, they're not overthinking. Just let the instincts and their playmaking abilities take over. And that showed with Cam this week. So.